Hello, brand members. Welcome. Episode 7, Broken Stinger. I come to you today weighing $125, bro. Apparently. Yep. Goofy me. According to Lazy, Lover, Loony, Lumpy Lane, actually. The funny thing is, you could call me Lumpy with my lipo. I'm not going to show you that. Oop. Still got my wristband on. I just got back from a wrestling event, Wrestle Pro, over here in Jersey. Met the Spirit Squad again. Great guys, great guys. Kenny is, that guy's just an athlete, and Mike Mondo is a terrific guy. He doesn't have any hair anymore, but I'm getting to that point. Hopefully not too soon. But yeah, great guys. I met Al Snow, and man, I feel bad. You're seeing these guys get older, and Al just seems so out of it. Like, he was talking maybe he just speaks softly. I don't know, because I finally met him, and he didn't let me touch head. The head. I don't want to actually touch it. I'm not going to get into that. Okay. But yeah, met Al Snow, and as subtle as he was and kind of out of energy in person, I'll tell you what, he got in the ring, and let's see if I can get some material up to show you guys. But he can still go. I don't know how old he is. I think Wikipedia, I'm guessing around his 50s. And he was going balls to the wall with pace. And then I got to talk to him after the match, and it was a cool chat. So, a couple other things this week. There's the Santino Marella Jim Cornette altercation at the Comic-Con or something like that over in Detroit. And Eric Bischoff and Bret Hart going back and forth at each other. They've done it over the years, and I've listened to a lot of good shoot interviews on YouTube, and I think it's finally come to a head, and I think if you put these guys in a room, it could get worse than the barbed wire with all the blood and shit that I just saw today in the main event. Potentially. These guys have been going at it for a little while. What do I want to discuss first? Marella and Cornette, or Bret Hart and... Marella and Cornette first. Of course, anybody that doesn't know Santino Marella, Jim Cornette, the incident that started the heat between all of them in Ohio Valley Wrestling, Santino Marella was a student there, and Cornette was booking a show one day, and the Boogeyman was debuting, and he had an awkward entrance, his horns were falling off, and as he was leaving the stage where the show was being taped, Santino Marella was the only person, you could actually look up this video on YouTube, sitting down like this, not all painted up and good looking, but sitting down like this, laughing at the Boogeyman. And Cornette took exception to that. He was sitting down yelling, "My God, get out! It's dangerous! It's dangerous!" And the Boogeyman got pissed off about it. Like, he basically kind of made a joke out of it on television, and Cornette slapped him backstage, and he's talked about it over the years. Santino finally fired back a little while ago, saying, "Oh, I didn't want to hit him because I didn't want to get deported." And Cornette, being Cornette, responds to that instead of talking about it in person, because you know what I noticed about Jim Cornette? I've kind of listened to a lot of his shoot interviews over the years. Funny guy to listen to, but he's said a lot of nasty things about Vince, and I kind of listened to Vince's side over the years, and I have to side with Vince now. And this guy kind of reminds me of Hitler. Just horrible human being, but terrific speaker. So maybe if I'm wrong, because I don't know the guy, but somebody wants to tell me if that's an accurate description. But anyway, so they finally met at Detroit. The promoter, or whoever was booking this event, booked Cornette, and then I believe Bob Heenan, of course, and he couldn't make it. He passed away, and she had no idea there was a history between the two. And it's pretty funny in the video where they meet up. You could hear Santino's all calm with his coffee, and Cornette's like, "God damn, I don't want to talk to you, motherfucker. Get away from me. I'm gonna knock you up." I don't know. Fun stuff. But I got my money on Marella because Cornette's a fat old bastard, with all due respect. Just like I'm a buck 35 skinny kid with his face painted. it is what it is. So, just some fun stuff with that over the weekend, and then we get into the bigger stuff where they never met face to face, but Bret Hart and Eric Bischoff going at it. And I think the first interview where Bret called out Bischoff was maybe last year, and he basically said that Bischoff was the stupidest idiot he ever met in his life when he was on Jericho's podcast. And I think he accused Bischoff had all this talent, like Benoit, Guerrero, Sting, Macho Man, and he didn't know what to do with any of them. And he basically blamed Bischoff. He said he would go to Bischoff with ideas. Can I work with Booker T? Can I work with this guy? Can I work with that guy? And Bischoff would shoot it down. And Bischoff was a Hogan mark. And Hogan was calling the shots. And Hogan basically kept Bret down. There might be merit to that. I don't know. But, yeah, Bischoff, Bret talks about a story where he didn't agree for a segment in one show where Hogan was going to come down when he was out there and interfere, and then he went to Bischoff and said, I don't think he has any business being out there. And Bischoff said, okay, well, he doesn't have to if he's okay with it, if Hogan's okay with it. And they approached him, and Bischoff was nervous, and then there was this big breath of fresh air when Hogan okayed it. So, kind of odd, but yeah, it stems from that. I guess Bret was a little frustrated with WCW, and Bischoff fired back. The first interview I heard with him addressing Bret was him saying Bret was, of course, a shell of his former self, coming over from the screw job, and he would show up to shows late. And this was recently. He fired back at Bret, saying he'd show up to shows late, and he didn't have the passion, and he didn't seem to care. And Bret just recently fired back, saying he wishes he could strangle him. I'd pay to see that. Strangle Bischoff, saying that he wanted to stick it up Vince McMahon's ass, and there's a big disagreement there. And so we'll see if this escalates even further. The only thing, it would be a Morella Cornette face-to-face. That would be the next level. So I will be all over that if it happens. And as a matter of fact, the interviews that I'm talking about recently between the two was conducted with Sam Roberts, who I met at WrestleCon, or at a wrestling event last year, and I asked him about it, and he said he wishes he can get them both in the same room. I find it pretty funny. I've just listened to these interviews yesterday, and then he's at the wrestling event I'm going to today, or I was at, and I told him, fuck yeah, I'd love to see that. Or maybe me and, I don't know, me and Sting. Make it happen, Vince. No. We'll see. Maybe it'll happen one day. Who knows? But, yep. Good stuff.